Hello and welcome back to Hyperplay. You may recall that about 5 or 6 weeks ago, Anbernic caused a bit of a stir with their latest update to their RG35XX line of devices. Their new stock operating system, which you could download from their website, contained an app called Rixel HK. Essentially, it was an app that allowed you to pirate games directly by downloading them from the internet once you were connected to the Wi-Fi via your XX device straight onto your device. No need for any SD card or laptop jiggery pokery. You could just go into the app, search for a game and download it. Unsurprisingly, Anbernic received a fair bit of pushback about this, and suddenly the firmware update disappeared from their website and everything went very quiet. They even took down this YouTube video showcasing the app and as part of the new firmware update. But not before we managed to record it. And we did a video which got a lot of attention because it was the only way that people could find out properly about Rixel HK. We'll put a link to that initial video we did about Rixel HK in the description below if you wanted to go back and watch it if you're interested. End of story, or so you might think, but we know Anbernic have a bit of a controversial history in this area. Previously, last year, they caused a stir by putting modern PC games onto the SD cards that came with these devices by way of ports. Games like Celeste, which people really should be paying for, were included on their devices for free. So it occurred to us, knowing what Anbernic are like, that maybe they had snuck Rixel HK back onto their XX devices, so we went ahead and ordered RG35XX, a fine handheld by the way, we absolutely love it. Fired it up, connected to the Wi-Fi, and here we are about to go into the App Center. Will Rixel HK be there? I think you probably know the answer. You navigate to apps, go into your TF card, all the way down, and yes, sure enough, there it is, Rixel HK Game Downloader. Does it work? Yes, it does. Although, I say it works, we've only fired up the app and had a search through it. We haven't actually downloaded any games from it, of course. That would be terribly naughty. Maybe even if you did own the ROM already. Up to you to decide on the legalities of that, perhaps. So here is Rixel HK loaded up, zoomed in on our device, and it looks exactly the same landing page as was found in the original Anbernic video from February 21st or so. The app's homepage suggests various games, including Nintendo games. Hopefully Nintendo are looking elsewhere today, perhaps, but we haven't done anything naughty. All we're doing is reporting on what is in the app, which is on the SD card that is shipping with Anbernic devices. Of note, a few of the games they recommend on this landing page are already on the SD card, so there's no interplay between the app and the SD card for checking which games are already on your RG35XX. And then you can go into the charts, and yep, Ninty won't like this one little bit. Mazza games, Elf Boy games, Jabber Monster games, they're all here. And through the search function you can search and find them too. Which we did too, purely for the purposes of reportage, and here we are searching the Final Fantasy games, absolutely reams of them. And again, many of these will already be on the SD card that came with the device. But if you're searching for one in particular that isn't there, you could find it this way. Once you've checked your hard-bought collection first, to make sure you own the game already, of course. It's unknown what database Rixel HK looks at on the internet for downloading these games. We looked up various other titles, Trails Games, Infinite Space, Pangaea Golf, which is a fun little RPG style golf game for PSP, and couldn't find any of those, nor could we find any fan hacks or fan translations. But what we could find are your more standard games from the most well-established famous series, featuring the likes of your Portly Plumber or your Green Hatted Pixie Boy. So yeah, your big famous releases, things like your Chrono RPGs for instance, they're right there. Bearing in mind that even the most basic 64 gig SD card that comes with these devices contains thousands of GB, GBA, SNES and Mega Drive games, how useful actually is Rixel HK going to be? Well, what it will be good for are DS games and PSP games that you already own, because there aren't so many of those on the 64 gig card. Rixel HK, for better or worse, probably worse, is back, and back with a bang. You can get it on XX consoles direct from Anbernic, including their official AliExpress store, which is where we got ours. So what are your thoughts? Are you pleased to see Rixel HK return? Are you more likely to buy one of these XX devices, knowing that you're likely to have Rixel HK's functionality and ROM finding nefarious ways stuffed inside it? Or like us, you're inclined to believe that this is really not the done thing? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Take care, all the best, and for more excellent emulation advice and videos, please subscribe. Bye-bye.